In today's episode, let's check out Parimal brand's Kesar Kasturi incense. Namaste everyone and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So we have today here this Parimal brand Kesar Kasturi, which looks like this, and it has brandings in two languages. On one side we have it in English and the other side we have it in Hindi, and it says Parimal brand Parimal Aroma Agarbatti. This is for 12 rupees and it is 18 grams of incense. It says Kesar Kasturi and we have picture of both Kesar and Kasturi there, and we also have a picture of a deer, an illustration of a deer, and it says premium incense sticks, luxurious and tranquil, and the overall feel is, it's in yellow and purple, and it says long lasting perfume, and they have some kind of motifs in the background. So if you can see like that, that's what the packaging looks like. And on one side it says long lasting perfume Dirghkaleen Khushbu. They haven't got the spelling correct in Hindi. Anyway, so it says directions of use: do not litter, recyclable, and they have it written in, I guess, looks like Maithili, but I'm sure it'll be either Bengali or one of those Eastern languages. So this is what it is like, because Maithili, the script was almost lost and it is being revived at the moment, and Maithili even though Maithili speakers have spread across the world now, because you'll see many Maithils everywhere, but Maithili as a language doesn't have a very prominent place worldwide. So that's the reason. I'm sure it will be either Bengali or one of those Eastern languages, most probably Bengali. But the good thing about the scripts of East is that they all look alike. So if you know one of the scripts, you will be able to decode quite a few other Eastern scripts. So that's there. Now it says on the other side we have Parimal, the address, customer care number. It says 18 grams of incense for 12 rupees. We have a scanning code, we have a barcode, we again have the logo. And then we have it written in some South Indian language again, and the same picture that was there on top. So this is what we have on one side. And then on the back side we have it in Hindi. On the openings, on one side we have Kesar Kasturi 18 grams for 12 rupees, and on the other side we have it in Hindi. So this is what it is like. So the overall feel of the pack is like this. You can see that. This is what the pack of Kesar Kasturi looks like. 18 grams of incense for 12 rupees. Surprisingly, they don't have this on their own website, but if you write the name Parimal Kesar Kasturi on Google, you'll be taken to various other sites from where you can order these incenses. Within India, I'm not sure about outside of India, but you might just want to try there. And there's this website called Dukaan, so you find this there. You find it on Dunzo. Dunzo is coming up in quite a good way these days. Dunzo, if you remember, I told you earlier also, Dunzo, Aurobindo Ashram has tied up with Dunzo to home deliver the incenses to you. So that's about Dunzo. And inside what we have is a yellow plastic pouch with branding on it. So this is what it is like, and it says Har Prarthana ka phal milega. That's what the Parimal tagline is. Every prayer is answered. We have the address, we have the logo, and all of those things. We have it there. And on the other side it's blank, it's just plain yellow. That's what we have. What we have inside are these 9-inch incense sticks, which are brown in color. This is machine made. We can make out by the uniformity of the shape of it. This is machine made, and we have a beige colored, rounded, smooth, strong bamboo core in it. So this is what it's like, and the brown stick. So the fragrance is quite prominent. It's a nice blend of both saffron and musk, so Kesar Kasturi, and it It gives a very itr kind of feeling to it. If you've ever come across itr, if saffron itr, kesar itr, this is what it looks, this is what it smells like. So that's what we have in the cold incense. The smell is quite prominent. Now let's light up the incense and check out the fragrance of it. Let's see what the diffusion and the retention of it is like. So let's light this up. So the fragrance that was there prominently in the cold incense, in the top note that we had, is not very prominent just when it comes to life. But in a little while you'll start to get that very familiar wooden, you know, the fragrance of that burning wood, and also the fragrance. But the fragrance that was there in the cold incense is quite toned down. It is not as prominent as it was in the cold incense, as it was in the top note of it. Once the incense is ready to diffuse, the fragrance has toned down quite a bit. It has become quite mild, quite smooth, and very, very, very subtle, but full bodied still. So the blend has been made very well, and so you will find this fragrance, this incense will last for around 40-45 minutes. That's what the journey of it is going to be like, because that's what a normal 9-inch incense is like. And when I light it up at my puja space, the fragrance of it is, you know, I can find this fragrance in my entire house. So that's what the diffusion is like. But I don't know how far the diffusion would go, because when I do my puja, I usually keep the house shut. So I don't know if this is going to spread beyond my house as well. But yes, within the house, the entire house gets this fragrance. So that's what the diffusion of it is like. The retention, I would say, is not much, because the fragrance is not very strong, as in it's not very in your face kind of strength, but it's full bodied. So the fragrance, the retention of the fragrance is for around you know, a couple of hours, say 2-3 hours or something like that. So that's the kind of retention that this fragrance has. So if you want to check out a fragrance which is like something which is a kind of traditional fragrance, but something different from the normal traditional fragrance that we have, you know, the fragrance of, say, sandalwood or guggle or jasmine or rose or any of those things. If you want to try something else, you might just want to try this. This has a very smooth itr kind of fragrance to it, very subtle but very full bodied. So if you like that kind of fragrance, and you might just want to try this. And like I told you, I could not find this on their website, so you'll have to try it on Google, find it probably on Amazon or Flipkart or any of those places. And I would suggest you just go type it on Google, and Google will take you wherever it's available. So that's the thing that you can do about this. So that's the fragrance like. Very, very mild. So if you like that kind of fragrance, a fragrance, you know, an incense which will last for around 40-45 minutes, the diffusion would be like reasonably fine within your house. The retention is going to be around 2 to 3 hours. The fragrance is quite mild, smooth, yet full bodied, and something which is like offbeat, which is traditional in the sense, like, you know, not in the kind of the sandalwood and, you know, Google kind of traditional fragrance, but still a fragrance, a blend which has been made quite well. Smells like somewhat like itr kind of fragrance. So if you like that kind of fragrance, you would want to try this. And anyway, you know, this is 18 grams of incense for 12 rupees, which is hardly any price and hardly any amount. So if you want to give it a try to see if you like this incense, you might just want to do that. So that's the kind of fragrance that we have here. So that's Parimal brand Kesar Kasturi incense. Now the quiz that we had last time was, which is the seat of the sense of smell in our body? So out of the 7 chakras that we have, Mooladhara chakra, which is the lowermost chakra, is the one which is associated with the sense of smell in our body. And sense of smell is one of the very, very primal, very important for our survival kind of sense of smell. And amongst the kids, you know, when a woman conceives a child, that's the first one of those first senses that develops in a fetus, and that's the reason, you know, the first 3 months of any pregnant woman is hellish because anything that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to smell is going to smother you once you're, you know, once a woman is pregnant in her first trimester. So that's the kind of sense of smell that a fetus has, and you know, it reacts to the fragrances through the mother's body. So that's what it is. And also young ones of animals and even humans, you know, they recognize their mother, or people who are their, you know, the care providers, people who love them, they identify them with the smell. So even if they don't really see you, you will see that, you know, sometimes a child goes into somebody's lap and, you know, starts to cry a lot. That's because they recognize the person with the help of their sense of smell. So that's how important it is. We know that there have been several cases when people have been either saved or not been able to save because of their sense of smell, specifically in the case of leakage of LPG cylinders in a house or any of those things. So the sense of smell is a very, very important sense, and so that sense of smell is located in the Mooladhara chakra, which is the first chakra, which is the basic most chakra in our body. And in case that chakra is misaligned, a lot of grounding and earthing problem happens. So that's about the sense of smell. So that was the quiz for the last time. Now the quiz for today is, where do we get the best quality lavender essential oils from? That's the quiz for today. So do check out the description box for very many incense related products which you might want to buy for yourself or as gifts for people you love. And you will find the link of the book Meri Prathan Sanskrit Pustika, which is a Sanskrit alphabet book for kids, also in the description. I'm not going to give the link of this incense in the description because I could not find it on their website, on the Parimal website. So just go check out Google, and if you like this episode, if you learned something from it, and if you think somebody else can learn something from it, to share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Try to answer the quiz, and till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.